And was that just after you'd spent some time with Don King looking after you?
No, they came afterwards. So when I started fighting my career started taking over. I started making real impact in America, and you know, it was like in the boxing scene. And I happened to fight a guy, David Vedder, who was one of the elites, but he was on his way out, but it was iffy if he could really get the shot against me and beat me as a non-American. He was always American. You know, the Americans are like, you know, they look after themselves. And I happened to cause an upset, and it got to Tyson, and it actually happened when Tyson bit Evander Holyfield's ear off. And the scary part was I beat David Vedder, and it was televised right around the United States, and I was getting calls from everywhere. And it just happened, I get a call from Shelley Finkel, who was Mike Tyson's manager and controller, and they offered me the fight, but the fight was going to take place in China. But my heart kind of dropped, because it was like it was the pinnacle of my career. And then, not knowing that Don King and Mike Tyson had major issues in the partnership together, and it took place when Don King people and scouts were approaching me the whole time, and they were getting my case and offering me the world, and money was not even an object. Next minute, I finished the gym workout, and there's a limo waiting outside, and I walk out the gym, and they said, "Get in." And I don't know who, and they said, "Get in." And there was quite a few highly profile people in the limo, and they drove me off to the Beverly Hills Hotel, and they sat me down there. Lo and behold, it was Don King, and I was like, "Whoa," you know. And we sat there, and it was like quite intimidating, you know. It's like, it's huge, it's big. And we sat down, and I was actually not to sign anything at that time, but it was such a overwhelming experience. And then I ended up signing, and that's when Don King actually was going to take over my career. But I realized I made a mistake, because Mike and Shelley Finkel were telling me, "Do not sign with anybody, keep this open." But I had waited already off that phone call 5 weeks, and that's when the whole thing fell apart. When they called me back about 2 weeks later, I found out that the biggest mistake I made is because Mike and Don King had a parting.
So you could afford Mike Tyson?
Yeah, it was going to happen. It was going to happen. I was just one signature away from, you know, a great part of my life, you know, great achievement in the boxing world.